Now with Destiny Udogie, Dan Burn, Bukayo Saka and James Maddison all being flagged this week, I've got a lot to think about. Here is my team selection for Game Week 12. Okay, starting off then, goalkeepers and defence. Martinez and Cash, both from Villa, playing Fulham this game week. I'm hoping I finally get some points from Martinez. I feel like I've been absolutely robbed since going for him on wildcard. A couple game weeks ago, he scored an own goal and then made a mistake to concede in game week 11. So hopefully we get a clean sheet out of him in game week 12. Matty Cash, another disappointing signing really. All the attacking upside was there. He was obviously a really good option a few weeks ago, but the points just haven't come for him. Hopefully against Fulham he can get something. I'm going with Jamal Lascelles in defence at the moment. I think, well, obviously with Udogie and Burn both being flagged, I have to start with Lascelles. Dan Burn, I think he's the player that's going to make way. He's out for a few months. Destiny Udogie is only banned for one game for his red card, so he's going to be back for the Aston Villa game. So I'm not too worried about that. I think I can just leave him on my bench. And I definitely don't want to start Charlie Taylor against Arsenal. So I think Dan Burn is the player to sell for me this game week. If you've watched any of my videos this week, you're going to be bored of me banging on about the Palace defence. But I think the two players, well, there are two Palace defenders I think I could be replacing Dan Burn with. I wouldn't go for Anderson. He is the top scoring Palace defender at the moment, but I do think he's overperformed his underlying numbers in terms of attacking returns, and you may as well go for cheaper Palace defenders because ultimately across the season, I think they'll score similar points. The first one to talk about is Mark Gahey, 4.6 million, 0.4 million cheaper of course than Anderson is at the moment. Palace have just such a really nice run of fixtures coming up, and they are emerging as one of the best defences in the league so far. Everton, Luton, West Ham, Bournemouth, I reckon there's 2 or 3 clean sheets in those games. And with Gahey in particular, having watched Palace in their last couple of games, he's looking dangerous from set pieces, and I think it's only a matter of time before a goal or an assist comes his way. So that alongside clean sheets, he's a really nice option, definitely one that I'm considering. Mitchell is another one. They're both the same price. Playing at left back for Palace, he's obviously nailed in that position, same as what Gahey is at centre back. They're both nailed to start for Palace. Obviously, the left-back position is a more attacking position than the centre-back position where Gahey plays. So from open play, you'd expect Mitchell to be a bit more dangerous in terms of attacking threat. But Gahey offers attacking threat from set pieces, right? He gets on the end of set pieces. Obviously, Mitchell doesn't really do that. Similar points, you know, Palace proven to be one of the best defenders in the league. Got great fixtures. I think they're both really good options. You compare their underlying numbers. 0.4 expected goals, 0.8 expected assists for Mitchell. 0.6, 0.2 for Gahey, so there's very little in it. Mitchell, though, he's got more actual returns so far this season, and I think he is looking just slightly more dangerous than Gahey is, so I think I'm going to pick Mitchell to replace Dan Burn. Now, I wondered if you could do me a favour. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure to leave a like rating, subscribe to the channel as well, set the notification bell so you can see when I upload next. If you're really enjoying the video, please consider joining as a channel member. You'll get early access to all of my videos, and when I deadline stream, I'll give you priority when I rate people's teams in Draft Hound. You can also, if you want to support the channel in a different way, check out my shop down below. You can buy yourself a golden goal sticker or a mug. All right, back to the video. Midfield is lit up like a Christmas tree as well. We've got Saka and Maddison both with flags. Just waiting to see from press conferences what happens with these guys, really. I can't really come to any conclusions this game week at the moment. I think Saka, we all know he can just make a miraculous recovery after coming off injured and play at the weekend. And same with Maddison. We've seen him earlier in the season leaving the stadium on crutches and then still playing at the weekend. I've gone for Salah as captain. He's the top player according to Draft Hound for expected points. My other two midfielders, Bowen and Gordon, I mean, I'm really happy with them. I suggest, well, I've already got him, so it doesn't make sense for me. But if you're looking to sell Saka or Maddison this game week, I'd suggest the best replacement for the two of them is probably Jared Bowen. Obviously, I can't do that because I've got him in my team. But yeah, really happy with Bowen and Gordon. Moving Gordon in last week, of course, in the fixture that he had, I was really surprised to see him score against Arsenal. I was just, yeah, hoping for the worst, well, hoping for the best I could get out of that game. And then he ended up scoring the winner. So I was really happy with that transfer last week. And then, of course, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Man United. He could well score in either one of those games as well. There isn't much to talk about in terms of the strike force. Haaland and Watkins are my two strikers. Two of the best strikers I think you can pick in FPL. Both been quite unlucky. Well, I've been quite unlucky with both of them, I think, not getting the maximum number of points I could have done. Watkins in particular, man, since everyone bought him, he's been absolutely terrible, but pulling up some really good underlying numbers, just not returning. So for that reason, I've got to stick with him. And it's the same with Erling Haaland. Yes, a lot of people are looking at selling him. They've got 3 relatively tough fixtures coming up. But I just don't see an alternative to having him in my team. Like, you look at that midfield there. Yes, there are 1 or 2 places I could improve for selling Haaland. But ultimately, I'm just happy to stick with him. Every week, he's a captaincy option, as we know. I mean, even against Liverpool and Tottenham, right, he could well score. So I'm just going to wait it out with Haaland in hope that he gets some returns. And then just to summarise, here is what my team is looking like at the moment going into game week 12. I'm hopeful that Saka and Maddison both make respective recoveries in start. I'm going to go for Mitchell in for Dan Burn, which means my team is Martinez, Cash, Lascelles and Mitchell in defence. Salah as my captain, Saka, Bowen, Gordon, Maddison, Haaland and Watkins up front. Destiny Doggy there sitting on my bench. He's only suspended for 1 game, so I didn't see a reason to sell him. The only reason I'm bringing in Mitchell for Burn is I really didn't want to play Charlie Taylor against Arsenal. I think they're probably going to get thrashed. Cameron Archer, he's never actually going to start for me, I don't think, but I'm quite happy to have him on my bench, to be honest. Brighton have not kept a clean sheet yet this season. I don't know if he takes the penalties for Sheffield United when he's on the pitch without McBurney. I think that remains to be seen, but he did score in game week 11, so I'm quite happy. You know, if Saka or Maddison come off, don't play, Archer can come off the bench against Brighton. Got a reasonable chance of scoring. Turner, I don't really care about him, although it does mean, well, what we saw in game week 11, he doesn't start for Forest anymore, in my opinion, with the mistakes that he's made. So, yeah, might look at a goalkeeper transfer in game week 13, but that's something to think about in future game weeks. Here is how I'm lining up. Alright, and that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like rating, subscribe to the Golden Goal channel, which should be just there, and let me know in the comments what changes you'd make to my team. And I'll see you in my next video.